Welcome in, everybody, to That Wrestling Show, live on NESN's Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for joining us live. If you're catching us on demand over the weekend, join us live. It's more fun. You can actually join the conversation. I am Mike Wendt. Of course, you NESN viewers know me from Wicked Bites every Saturday morning at 9:30 here on NESN. Liam?
I am Liam Stryker of the New Age Insiders. You can find me every Wednesday night at newageinsiders.com. And cheap plug, we just launched NAI Pop, and so you should go and check all that nonsense
So
out.
like movies and comics
Movies,
and
video
music.
games. We got a Twitch page now, so we're
Finally,
streaming.
I think I can actually get on the show now.
Yeah, finally you can come on the show now. There's like a 7-year ban.
There is. On the actual New Age Insider show, I'm not really allowed on for every 3 to 7 years because I just kind of blow up the show. But this is my show. This is your show.
Yes.
This is That Wrestling Show. And today we're talking about Hell in a Cell.
Oh, baby.
Let me start off by saying bravo to the WWE's video graphics department. That little skull with the hands reaching open, beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a thing of video beauty.
The unsung heroes of the WWE are their editors and graphics
They
department.
really are. They can sell something better than the shows can, and with
Yeah.
5 hours of programming, that's okay. But let's get right into the show because, of course, the kickoff show.
Of course.
Breaking news again comes out late last night, I believe, or Tuesday. Sure. Kickoff show: Chad Gable, Shelton Benjamin versus the Hype Bros. We finally got our boy Mojo back on pay-per-view.
Finally, sort of. He's on YouTube, I guess.
So are we, though. That's all good.
Yeah, right. So
Hashtag MojoTube.
yeah. I don't care about this at all. I think it's the dumbest thing that they broke up American Alpha. And
Well, we said it last month. I feel that if they were going to do that, Shelton Benjamin should have at least gone with Jason Jordan.
Right. Yeah.
That would have made a
Gable
little
should have
bit
been
more
on
sense.
his own.
Right.
So I feel like this is going to get the split of the Hype Bros. I
Oh,
feel
wow.
like,
The epic story being
yeah,
told.
I think we're finally going to get the payoff.
Moody Zack Ryder.
Ooh, he's going to be so mad at stuff, and Mojo's going to be like, hey, none of that nonsense.
Bro, you're not hyped.
And then they're going to have a pay-per-view match at whatever the next one is.
Kickoff show at Survivor Series or whatever the next thing they do.
One is.
Cool. Okay. So do we? That's going to be the story told.
Yeah, probably.
Shelton Benjamin, Chad Gable, they're just there for physical effect. It's more the story being told of the Hype Bros explode.
Yeah, the Hype Bros explode. What we've all been building towards this.
I do the handshake, but it's more of a fist bump with them.
Yes.
Yeah. The fist bump. The Hype Bros explode. Okay, we've wasted too much time on the kickoff show.
Yeah, we did.
Let's get right on to the main card here. I've loved what Dolph Ziggler's been doing.
Yeah.
I'm a little upset, along with the live crowds, that they didn't just troll us and do a CM Punk intro. I mean, it would have been so perfect.
Yes.
And it would have gotten a huge reaction. The live crowds were chanting for it.
Right.
But to pay off being Dolph Ziggler versus Bobby Roode, the glorious Bobby Roode. I'm a huge Bobby Roode fan. Was in TNA, was in NXT, now in WWE on SmackDown.
Yeah, I mean, all of the writing was on the wall for this one that, everybody was like, why is he doing this? Why is he doing this? And I've been saying for months, he's going to fight Bobby Roode and Bobby Roode's going to beat him.
Who else has a more glorious entrance?
Right, a lavish
Pun
entrance.
intended.
And then he's going to come in and they're going to out-wrestle, and because everybody had, you get called up from NXT and you have to beat Dolph Ziggler. That's the order of operations.
So much like Bray Wyatt is on Raw,
Right.
what's going to happen is what happens with Dolph Ziggler on pay-per-view, he's going to lose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Bobby Roode's going over. I
Yes.
like it. Randy Orton and Rusev is a match made out of nowhere. Again, pun intended.
Yeah, I mean, what was the last one? It was 12 seconds or
something like that.
Something ridiculous like that. They brawled on the outside. So hopefully this is a time to build Rusev.
Okay. It seems like they're trying something.
Yeah.
They got Aiden English singing for him. It's a little odd, but okay, I'll give it to them. They're trying.
At least they're trying. So I would
B+ for effort.
I'd like to see Rusev get his revenge from the last time these two fought and have Rusev just destroy Randy Orton.
Refresh my memory. It's blank.
Yeah, so Randy Orton and Rusev wrestled, and Rusev destroyed Randy Orton.
You're not talking about the squash match?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, he beat him up outside the ring and was like...
Oh, so you are talking about that one.
Yeah,
okay.
And then throws him in the ring, and then the bell rang, Randy Orton hit him with an RKO, and it was over.
Again, that's what Randy Orton does.
Right, and so I would like to see this be a physical match and have Rusev dominate and win.
Okay.
And hopefully we can build Rusev, because Randy Orton doesn't need any more
Do you think it's time
accolades.
for Randy Orton to just kind of take a break, take a vacation?
Yeah,
You know?
I think so.
They're just exhausting him, and they're not giving him at least with John Cena, they're giving him something to do over on Raw.
Right.
Randy Orton's just kind of like, all right, I'll show up, I'll RKO somebody, people will laugh, and then I'll kind of just have a match.
Right. He's
with
just
no emotion.
Yeah, he's not invested in any like Randy Orton is great when he wants to be. And he has to be invested in whatever storyline he's in.
Sure.
And when he's invested in whatever storyline he's in, it's fun to watch.
Right.
But something like this where you can clearly tell that he doesn't care, it's not entertaining. And that's just kind of Randy Orton's MO. You kind of take the good with the bad with him. And
Would you say Randy Orton has a little bit of Punjabi prison hangover?
yeah, he spent his time.
The match takes a lot out of you.
I'm surprised he didn't roll right into the Great Khali with
Yeah, speaking of out of nowhere. Okay, that happened.
Yeah, Great Khali showed up once.
So you're going with Rusev on this
I'm going with Rusev.
All right. And I would like them, like you said, like them to tell a story.
Right.
That's what we're trying to see here. It's an entertainment show. We want to see a
Right.
story told. Speaking of a story being told, SmackDown Women's title. Natalya, the champion, who I absolutely love as champion, think she's
Right.
long overdue for a run, versus probably my favorite wrestler on the entire roster, Charlotte.
Oh, yeah. I think that this is going to be great. I'm really sad that they didn't throw this in a Hell in a Cell, just because I feel like it, we
deserves it.
We did one last year.
deserves it.
Just throw them in there because I do think that the two Hell in a Cell matches are going to be awesome.
Yes.
I think that they have built to that Hell in a Cell like climax. And so while the women haven't necessarily, I would have liked to have seen it just kind of build on last year.
Sure.
But I'm going to enjoy this match. I think, Carmella kind of is waiting in the wings.
Always.
She's always waiting in the wings, so you never really know what is going to go on there, and that's always entertaining.
Sure.
I do think that, you're going to get Charlotte with the win and then maybe a Carmella cash-in just to kind of break your heart.
Okay. I honestly think Charlotte is going to win. I think it's a better story to be told.
Right.
I don't know if there's going to be a cash-in. I don't think they've reminded us enough over the last few weeks about Carmella. I mean, she showed up last week,
right?
But it's like it's not really fresh in anybody's mind. Like you said, like when you said it, I was almost like, oh yeah, she does have that briefcase.
And I think that that's by design because you look at WrestleMania 31, where Seth Rollins goes on in the first or second match against Randy Orton, and he loses.
Yep.
So immediately he's out of your mind. So that when his music hits at the end of the night, everybody went crazy because it was like, oh my God, I totally forgot about this.
Cool.
And he saved that WrestleMania.
It could work.
Yeah, so
I'm not saying it's a WrestleMania moment with Carmella and James Ellsworth, but it could work.
No.
Stranger things have happened in the WWE. Oof. All right, so you're going with Charlotte as well?
I'm going to go with Charlotte as well.
Charlotte and a cash-in?
Yes.
Or at least an attempted cash-in.
An attempted cash-in. Whether she successfully does it or not, I would love Charlotte to just beat her. Like, she gets cashed in on it, and then Charlotte just beats her because she's that good.
There you go. All right. Tag team titles, one of the Hell in a Cell matches that we did talk about. SmackDown Tag Team titles. Champions, The New Day versus the Usos. Like you said, it's been building up to a great story. These two teams just seem to work well together. It's one of these combinations that you think you'd be sick of seeing them together, but you're really not. They're telling a fantastic, very aggressive story.
Yeah, well, they keep raising the stakes, and that's why this keeps getting better, is because every single time that these teams meet, it's not just in a standard tag team
Somebody
match.
went to script writing school.
Right.
We build to the climax.
Build to the climax.
There you go.
And we've built all the way to this Hell in a Cell. These two teams hate each other and have put each other through so much and have traded these titles back and forth so many times over the past couple of months that it's like, yeah, this is the blow-off.
And how many times can we hear Uso Penitentiary? Now they're actually encased in a cell.
Right. And so I think that this is going to be a show stealer. I think that the New Day are creative enough and the Usos are creative enough that, this is the first time, at least, thinking, this is the first time it's been a tag team match inside a Hell in a Cell. The closest thing that we ever got was that 6-man scramble back at Armageddon.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's been a one-on-one contest, and while people have come in and interfered...
I'm trying to think, because I know the live comments on Facebook will absolutely hammer us if we're wrong. So I'm sitting there just like, is he right about that?
Me, you know what? It might have been the McMahons.
Wasn't the Big Show and the McMahons involved in something?
With DX.
Something like that?
So it might have been that one. It might have been like a handicap match like that, but...
If you know the answer, comment.
Tweet at me.
Please.
At Liam MAI.
There you go. So who do you think's coming out of the cell?
I think it's going to be the New Day.
They're going to retain the titles.
I think they're going to retain the titles.
Now, how much shenanigans is going to happen.
All of
because these are two teams that are not afraid to fly off of almost anything.
Right. There's going to be so much shenanigans. I don't think anybody's going through anything.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to like bust down a wall.
Okay.
They only have one cell. And I think that any sort of cell destruction is going to be saved for the other cell match. I don't think that it's... I think that this is going to go on before that. And so
they'll get outside the cell, but they're not going to destroy the cell. Maybe they'll fly off of it, but not actually go through anything.
I could see like someone like a Kofi Kingston climbing up the inside of the cell and jumping off.
Kind of like almost Spider-Man.
Yeah, like Spider-Man, and then jumping off that way, but not getting outside. I don't think that they're going to make it outside.
Okay. Who will be the two New Day members? Do you know?
You know what? And I wonder if it's going to be 3-on-2.
They said on SmackDown it wouldn't be. The Usos in their promos said that one of them is going to be locked out.
Yeah, so then one of them, they're all going to get in there.
Obviously.
They're all going to get in, but I would assume it would be Xavier Woods.
He's going to be the first one locked out?
He's going to be out, yeah.
Just so we can have the trumpet party outside for the first half of the match?
Right.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. All right, and so you're going New Day. I'm thinking the Usos are going to actually win, so we're going to have to see who comes out of this one.
Ooh, very fun.
Yeah, we almost had a perfect record. The friggin' Enzo screwed up our perfect prediction 2 weeks ago, but I digress. United States title, AJ Styles, Baron Corbin. Another match that really didn't have much of a build to it, I don't feel.
It's the story of Baron Corbin has been so
sad story
it's
of
the sad
Baron
story
Corbin.
of Baron Corbin.
And his hair.
Gather round, children, and you shall hear the very sad story of Baron Corbin. And yeah, I had to change story to story in that one.
That's all right.
But, you know, we're work in progress.
It works.
Baron Corbin was on pace to being a WWE champion. He won the Money in the Bank. They were very, very high on him, and it felt like overnight he was on their, shit list. And it was like,
One does not sully the good name of Dave Meltzer on Twitter.
Right, apparently not.
And live to tell about it.
Maybe he lost the Money in the Bank briefcase because of the comments, not to Dave Meltzer, because I don't think they actually care about that.
God, I hope not.
But he got into it with a vet, like a military veteran.
I do remember something like that, but it was also I felt that he was just. I mean, he's a heel,
right?
He was just being a heel, like read Kevin Owens. It's
all
some of the most
yeah.
entertaining Twitter rants ever, but it's all in character,
right?
And I felt he was being in character.
So did I. So I don't know whether or not that he was actually being punished or anything like that, but this is going to be a good example.
I'd like to believe that that's just an internet rumor.
I want to
that
think
has
it is
spiraled
too.
a bit too far.
Well, it's
out of
the same
control.
thing with Enzo, where it's like Enzo Amore has closed the past 2 Raws, and so
I texted you the other morning when I was watching Raw, and 2 things that in the last few months I have not had a single bit of interest in had my undivided attention. Right. Enzo Amore and the cruiserweights.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to go and watch 205 Live.
I mean, come on, that's
but
crazy.
They have the last 2 closings of Raw have been extremely entertaining. His promo Monday night was just going man to man and dragging them down into the mud.
Well, and then that's the kind of Enzo Amore that
I like him so much better as a heel.
Right, but that's the Enzo Amore
just
that we like.
Just a trash-talking heel.
When we had him when he was in NXT and people fell in love with him in NXT, it's because he was doing specific stuff like that.
He wasn't just coming out and doing catchphrases.
Right, and somewhere along the lines, right around Cup of Haters, is where he just rinse, wash, repeat the same catchphrases.
Well, they realized that they could sell merch off of catchphrases.
Right.
So you better say it 47 times in this promo.
Right, and so that's why he became stale, and that's why nobody liked him. And now, where he can tell he can just kind of go.
The nice thing about heels not selling merch is they get to do this.
Right, so I think it's
Quote,
very
unquote.
interesting. I'm really mad that I didn't get to see Braun Strowman destroy him.
Again?
Yeah, well, the first time.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
No, because it was off air. It was Raw goes off the air and Braun Strowman.
You don't immediately pick up your phone and go straight to WWE Network? What kind of a fan are you?
I know, I'm a terrible fan.
Terrible fan.
I watched 3 hours
at 11:15 at night.
I watched 3 hours of your programming, and
Live.
how dare I?
Ugh.
How dare I?
I do mine with a cup of coffee. Tuesday morning Raw, folks.
Yeah,
And
right.
a DVR button.
Right. But getting back to Baron Corbin,
yes.
I think that this is going to get him back on track.
Okay.
I think this is also going to get AJ Styles away from the United States title, which isn't a bad thing.
Wasn't he trying to do a United States Open challenge that never went anywhere?
Yeah, because Baron Corbin kept beating people up.
Oh, that's right. That did happen. I like that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
He was beating people up before they got there. But AJ Styles, get him away from the U.S. title picture, because I think that he's on pace to win the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
So we get him away from that. We give him a couple of stuff while the Rumble is coming around the corner.
Gotcha. So you're thinking Baron Corbin?
I do.
Nice.
I do.
I think I'm going to agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
All right. WWE oh, no, we're not there yet. Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell, Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens. Again, this one tells a great story.
Yeah. This is going to be the match of the night.
Probably, yeah.
This is going to be the match of the night. There's going to be...
The man who has worked, 3 days a year is putting on match of the night consistently.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Them wacky McMahons.
Those wacky McMahons. Shane's going to jump off of something. Shane's going off something. He's going
Simba's
going to
jump off of something.
Yeah, it's going to happen. I was at WrestleMania, and I watched him jump off of that cell. He's going to do it again.
It's tall.
It's very tall.
It's a tall cell.
I was on that side, too, so I watched him scale up, and I'm like, holy God. That he's going to die.
Yeah.
So,
luckily he didn't, so he can do it again.
Right, he's going to do it again. Maybe he'll go through. This is why I don't think the New Day are getting out by like breaking down a wall or something like that.
They're going to at least maintain the structure and tag one just so Shane can destroy it.
Yeah, well, because you don't want to have Shane McMahon jump off of the cell after Kofi Kingston has jumped off of the cell.
Sure.
So
it's already been done. You don't want to already.
You don't want to duplicate the same spot.
Gotcha.
So I think that something crazy is going to happen. I think that this is the crowning moment for Kevin Owens.
Now here's an interesting wrinkle, and they start on Tuesday. They added the stipulation: falls count anywhere. Yeah. Somebody's gonna get pinned on top of the cell.
Or they're going to.
They have to.
Yeah, they're not ending in that cell.
No, absolutely not. I mean, you don't make a stipulation like. This is already a no rules type of match.
Right. There was one rule.
You don't add another thing unless it's actually going to impact the match.
Right.
It's unnecessary storytelling.
Right. So, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see where the rest of the McMahons kind of fall into this storyline, because I feel like this is ultimately going to get to Kevin Owens versus Triple H.
Okay.
Or I think that this is going to start the power struggle between Triple H and Shane McMahon. Because you have one of two stories, right? You either have Triple H is mad because Kevin Owens is beating up his family.
He really is.
Yeah. Or Triple H is Kevin Owens, or Kevin Owens is Triple H's guy.
Uh-huh.
And he is now
doing his bidding.
Right, but he's mad at Shane McMahon because it's like, I've been here for 10 years, you ran away, and now you come back and you're in charge when I've been putting in the work.
So kind of like art imitating life a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because that's
if you believe the rumors.
Because that's exactly how he feels. So just do it. And then, ultimately,
I hope you had fun
Shane
setting
McMahon,
up YouTube in Japan, but
Right.
I've been here.
Yeah, Shane McMahon versus Triple H at WrestleMania.
That'd be fun.
Which would be really fun.
I wouldn't mind that at all. I bet that would tell a good story.
Both of those matches are great, and I don't know which one they're going for, but it'll be interesting to see.
Do them both.
Do them both!
Give us our cake so we can eat it too. There we go. All right, so who do you think is going to come out of it?
I think Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Owens is going to come out of this.
I think he has to. Again, I keep going back to this. It tells a better story.
Right.
Shane winning over him doesn't tell that great of a story. It's just a simple, justified revenge story.
Yeah, right.
But this can, if Kevin Owens wins, this can prolong it even further, because now Shane has failed.
Right.
At avenging his father.
Well, the other thing too, you think about it, is Kevin Owens has been advertised for Raw events in November. So does he win this match and Shane McMahon fires him and he makes his way over to Raw? It'll be interesting to see what ultimately ends up happening. But yeah, that it could also be a misprint or something. You never know. But yeah, so I think it'll be
the card is subject to
change.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on to the WWE Championship. I feel like we flew through this show.
We did.
It says a lot that there's not a lot to talk about with these matches.
Because, like we talked about...
Despite the fact that SmackDown was very entertaining.
Right, and I think that we've talked about this on the show before, where SmackDown doesn't do great in the storytelling department sometimes, but they're all matches that are worth seeing.
Yeah.
And while there isn't, crazy storytelling and complex stuff that we can, break down, I think that it's going to be a very entertaining show.
So the WWE
Except
Championship.
for the WWE Championship match.
Jinder Mahal and Shinsuke Nakamura. The Jinder Mahal experiment has definitely run its course.
Oh God.
This is you got a guy like Shinsuke Nakamura, and this is a guy you want to see wrestle at a high level.
Yeah.
And I couldn't care less about this match. I really couldn't.
Anybody else on this card being WWE champion would be more entertaining than Jinder Mahal.
Well, I think ultimately what we're going to do is get the title on the Shinsuke Nakamura and build that towards the WrestleMania.
Against AJ Styles.
Yes, exactly.
We're
parking our cars in the same garage here.
We're getting the pill that is Roman Reigns beating Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. So we might as well get Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles so that at least the internet can enjoy themselves.
So they'll at least give it like a B- or 3.5 stars.
I have been to, what is it, 3 WrestleManias at this point?
3 or 4, yeah.
3 WrestleManias.
Yeah.
And my 4th all 3 of them, was hearing Roman Reigns getting booed. Getting booed, coming down to the ring, leaving the ring, all of it.
So you're saying that's going to change in New Orleans at 34. He's going to finally earn the respect of the internet and their fans and be cheered and celebrated. Flowers, streamers, you ROH fans, will be thrown into the ring. No? That's just not going to happen?
No.
Okay.
No. It's not going to happen.
He's still going to win.
Yeah.
He's still going to win.
I'm still not going to like it.
He's going to conquer the beast that he already retired The Undertaker. He is literally a wrestling god.
He is. I hate it. I hate it so much. Look, this is how I feel about Roman Reigns.
Somebody's getting hot.
Roman Reigns is the personification of terrible decision-making by WWE. Because Joe Anoa'i is a decent professional wrestler. He's meh in the talking department, but when you're the big, strong, scary smash guy, you don't need to talk. Not everybody needs to be The Rock, right? And be super charismatic and super funny and all those other things. Roman Reigns matches are... Every single one of them is that Extreme Rules match between John Cena and Brock Lesnar, where Brock Lesnar ragdolls John Cena for 20 minutes, and then John Cena AAs Brock Lesnar onto the steps, pins him, and we're out of here.
Yep.
That is every Roman Reigns match, where Roman Reigns is great. Those matches are great. They're back and forth contests. Sure. There's a lot of spots, and everything's going great, and you're getting hyped, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, spear, we're out of here. And it's just like, God, I just want, just once. That's why I love Braun Strowman. It was just like, you couldn't beat that guy. And it was just refreshing. It was just refreshing not watching that man, not watching him, just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, just slay this dragon with like a MacGuffin-like, lever pull.
Lovely reference.
Yeah, that was a film nerd reference. Hashtag film nerd, hashtag super mad.
Hashtag Liam is hot today.
Yeah. Oh, God.
But that also is a testament, I believe, to Roman Reigns because he showed you he's not just that one-trick pony in the Braun Strowman story.
Right, and that's what makes me even madder, is that he's the personification of terrible decision-making by WWE because fans want to like him. When given the opportunity, fans liked him. I famously coined the phrase on the New Age Insiders, the Roman Reigns gets kicked in the nuts tour, where consistently after WrestleMania 31, in order to get the fans to get back on the Roman Reigns train, you needed to just have him get beat down
he had to play the fall guy.
and beat down.
He had to play the fall guy.
Right, for a long time. And so ultimately, where he ends up winning that title in Philadelphia, everybody cheered. And then they were like, okay, cool, they cheered one time. Full speed ahead! And it was just like, God, no, you didn't understand. Slow build. Wrestling fans.
Downshift, pump the brakes, pal.
I'm talking to all of you. Wrestling fans, right? So we got to get it together. We got to get it together because we are teenagers and we just hate WWE that is our parent, and it doesn't matter how right they are and it doesn't matter what they say because really they're right, and we just have to rebel against whatever they say. And it's just so annoying that it's like, it is on Twitter the worst place to be. When Roman Reigns, you're like, hey, I don't think Roman Reigns is good enough to main event 4 straight WrestleManias. And then I get a million tweets about like, you don't get it, man. You don't get it. He's the best. And I'm like, I don't.
And those are all from me, actually.
I love Triple H. Triple H is my favorite professional wrestler. Okay. It would not be okay if Triple H main evented 4 straight WrestleManias.
Hasn't he?
I don't think he has.
4 straight.
4 straight.
Yeah.
He's definitely main evented at least.
He's
4.
been in the co-main events.
One of those dumb things where it's like he went on third to last, but they called the last 5 matches
It was
main
the
events.
14 main event show.
Yeah, like there was one match. It was the Cruiserweight Battle Royal that wasn't the main event.
Sure.
But it was. Yeah, but it was.
It was the Cruiserweight main event.
Yeah, it was the Cruiserweight main event.
So anyway,
I hate Roman
Shinsuke
Reigns.
Nakamura.
I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I'm telling all the cameras. I'm telling all of you. I hate him so much.
Wheels off the train.
Hey, you know what? We were making great time, so I decided.
You know what? Thank you for padding the show for me here. Okay, we got Jinder Mahal, we got Shinsuke Nakamura. I think we're all on the same page here.
Yeah, Jinder sucks too.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go.
Go ahead.
So, Jinder Mahal.
Come on, okay. I gotta stop you there because it's only been this last feud. The Randy Orton thing, his actual title win, that build up until Khali showed up was actually good. It was fun. It was telling he was playing a relatable heel.
Yes.
Okay, they were telling a good story. Then they like, oh no, we don't know what to do. We made this guy champion out of a public relations move.
Yes.
And now we don't know what to do. It worked for one thing, but we forgot to take the title off of him at the end.
Yes. And
now we're stuck, and now we have to take the title off of him. And we're giving him this weird gimmick where it's just they're laughing at Shinsuke Nakamura's face.
Yeah, which is dumb.
Okay.
Well, this is what happens when you
build
his
face.
This is the roadblock.
He's gonna kick yours.
This is the roadblock you face with these type of characters.
Roadblock end of the line?
Yeah, get off the bus, please. There's no more stops.
No more detours on this roadblock.
Yeah, you can't sleep here. Please get off the bus. Roadblock end of the line. Coming in 2018.
Sure.
Jinder Mahal, his whole character is based off of anti-America, right?
Yes.
I hate America.
Yes.
So when you then get put up against a guy who's not American also.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
No.
I don't know if you know this, but Shinsuke Nakamura, super Japanese. Look it up. Super Japanese. And so Jinder Mahal being the anti-American guy, being like, America sucks.
They should be a tag team, actually.
Right. They
really, in a perfect world, these two would really get along. They'd have Fuji as their manager. It would be fantastic.
Right. And so Shinsuke Nakamura, you can't play the like, you're a stupid fat American, because again, he's super Japanese.
He's really in shape.
Yeah, and really in shape. Look it up. It's just
look it up. Google it, kids.
Google it. Shinsuke Nakamura. He's
in shape.
Yeah, I don't know if you know that, but Shinsuke is Japanese for
workout.
Something. But he is Jinder Mahal can't pull that card, and so he goes to like, look at how funny he looks because he's Japanese, and it's just like, this is dumb. This is really dumb.
Yeah.
And this is also a problem when you look at WWE, and the fans have become more sophisticated with their wrestling, especially knowing who this guy is, because you can watch in Japanese.
Because they know how to work a phone.
Yeah, they know how to work a phone and all this other stuff.
They know how to sign up for multiple Twitter accounts just to hammer you.
Yeah, just to hammer me. No, but having you're looking at Shinsuke Nakamura, and he is clearly the better performer than Jinder Mahal, and it's just
really.
I know. Look, hashtag hot take. I get it.
I don't know. You're going out on a limb there, pal.
I know. I am. But it's just really tough to look at
Have you heard his promos? He's not a great wrestler.
It's really tough to look at the guy that was a marketing tool and be like, okay, I get why we did it,
well, like
but
I
it's
said,
over.
Like I said, the Jinder Mahal experiment worked
In the beginning.
for what it was.
Right.
It worked. They built it all the way up to the Punjabi prison match, the big Indian blow-off.
Yep.
But that's where it should have ended.
Right.
You know, he should have just gone back to being just the mid-card functional guy. He should have resumed his Mojo feud, which I'm still waiting for. Hashtag Mojo Mania. And
I know.
But yeah, I think it was just like someone forgot to like check the Randy Orton wins this match box.
Yeah, right.
It's just like, oh, he was, oh, damn. Why does Khali have the belt? Can we get the belt back, please?
Yeah. The biggest telling thing about this match, though, is that it's not in Hell in a Cell.
Oh, absolutely.
And so,
absolutely. You know, in all honesty, and I was thinking of this on the drive over here, it's going to be like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Shinsuke's going to come in, he's going to kick him in the face, knee him in the face, and squash.
I think Jinder's going to win.
Wow.
I think Jinder's going to win.
Hot take.
Yeah. I think
Really?
The fact that this isn't in a Hell in a Cell, he's going to lose in the exact same fashion that everybody has lost to Jinder Mahal.
I'm legitimately shocked at that.
Yeah, Jinder Mahal is going to win this match because
shady tactics.
It's going to be the Singh brothers again.
Do we get a Noble Mercury appearance?
I doubt it.
J&J Security needs to come to Shinsuke's aid.
I know, maybe. Are they on Raw? I don't know. Is Joey Mercury still in this company?
No, him and Johnny Mundo Nitro Impact, they're all tagging on the independents now.
Oh, they are. Eminem's back together?
it's Google it.
Google it.
Google it.
But yeah, I think the fact that the Singh brothers are going to get involved, we haven't built in a plot device to eliminate them. Right? There hasn't been that weird thing where
Randy Orton seemed to eliminate them every match.
Yes,
he murdered them twice.
Right, but it always was the distraction, and that's why Jinder was able to do it. So,
Sure.
You haven't built.
I'm shocked. You think Jinder Mahal?
I think Jinder Mahal's going to win.
Wow. I'm convinced. Like, I was literally driving over here, and I'm just like, I know exactly how this is going to go.
Yeah.
Kick, knee, 3 count, done.
Nope.
I feel it's going to be a 12-second match.
Yeah, it might be, but Jinder's going to win.
Wow. That must have hurt.
It hurts.
That must have hurt. You need to take a break? You need like a glass of water?
No.
You okay?
No, I guess I'll just. I go.
There you go. Wow. Okay, so
Look, here, let me.
Hell in a Cell in a hole. What is your feeling? What's going to be the main story told at the end?
That story is
Pushing forward the Kevin Owens versus the McMahon family.
right, and that is going to be the biggest thing in wrestling. Maybe you build towards, like the WWE title feels like an afterthought, especially while Jinder Mahal has it. He consistently goes on SmackDown somewhere around 8:30, 8:45 in a 2-hour show, so he kind of gets buried at the top of the show.
Yep.
And Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon seem to be the through line, right? That seems to be the number one storyline in
It's not
SmackDown.
the Gable Benjamin versus the Hype Bros?
Sadly, it's not.
Okay.
And it should be.
Should be.
Because hashtag Hype Bros. Hashtag Hype Bros explode.
That's a hashtag we got to get going. Hype Bros explode.
Yeah. Jinder Mahal.
Mojo kickoff.
Like, he does. Jinder Mahal doesn't even feel like the champion of SmackDown.
Right.
AJ Styles, as U.S. champion, does. And, I think that having those two factors of Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon being more about the company than it is about.
Now, I liked what you said. It got me thinking when you said that Kevin Owens has been booked on Raw shows. Now, again, card subject to change, might be a miss, whatever the hell. But it just got me thinking, because Survivor Series is right around the corner.
Right.
Could, like you said, this be a thing? Triple H, Shane McMahon, he takes Kevin Owens over to Raw versus SmackDown that way.
Right.
And that builds towards Shane, Triple H
Yeah.
in Nolans.
It'd be cool.
That'd be nice.
It'd be really cool.
I'm available for writing jobs.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, so what's your prediction grade for the show?
I think it's going to be a B+.
Solid B+. I'm feeling the same exact way.
I think the internet's going to explode when Jinder Mahal beats Shinsuke Nakamura again.
I'm still in shock that you actually are going that way.
That's how
Because
I'm
I
going.
felt they were finally going to do the right thing and move on from this
Nope.
this experiment that's gone on too long. I mean,
And I'm not going as far.
the party has been over for 2 days. Why are you still hanging out? Get off my couch.
Right. I'm not going to go as far as to say one of my co-hosts and the New Age Insiders, he says that he's going to hold the title till WrestleMania, and I don't think that that's true. But I don't think that Hell in a Cell.
It's going to be the longest reigning insert whatever WWE champion ever. Yeah, okay.
Longest reigning WWE champion since the brand split shakeup.
Yeah, longest reigning WWE champion that's ever been on SmackDown Live, born in Canada from India.
Yeah, right.
Something like that.
Like
We'll
that.
add enough things to it just so we can get that record in.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's move on to the Wrestling Rant. The Rasslin Rant for this episode of That Wrestling Show. Now, it was released about midweek.
Yes.
We heard about a couple months ago that Pandemonium is a movie being written currently and in production about Vince McMahon. It's a Vince McMahon biopic.
Yes.
Well, this week we found out that Bradley Cooper is in talks to play Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Very interesting.
It's a very sexy looking Vince, I'm going to tell you that.
It is.
So what we decided to do here on the Rasslin Rant is cast, if you will, the main parts, the people that we think would be a main player in the Vince McMahon story.
Okay.
So I'm going to go to you first. And did you pick someone else for Vince McMahon, first of all?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I stuck with Bradley Cooper.
Then let me start then. Okay. Because I did. I feel I have someone better than Bradley Cooper to play Vince McMahon, and that would be Mel Gibson.
Yes.
I think Mel Gibson has the size, he has the aggression, he looks damn near like Vince McMahon at this point.
That's a good one.
And I feel in this movie, because professional wrestlers are extremely iconic looking. Like they're based solely on, not solely, but mostly on their look. They are living cartoon characters.
Yeah.
They are monsters in size.
Right.
They all have signature facial looks. So in a movie like this, you don't want to, and it's going to be taken seriously.
Right.
It's a real movie, so you don't want to dive into parody. You don't want to have the guy, wearing a bad Hogan wig and a mustache, just kind of walking around, little brother. I can do that.
Yeah.
By the way, I can do that.
But if you want,
I can do that. But it's going to be taken seriously, so you want to have actual actors in this. It's not just going to be a bunch of wrestlers playing other wrestlers, because that's Southpaw wrestling.
Yes, it is.
And that's while it's entertaining, it's a parody.
Right.
Okay. So I feel you need real actors, and there's going to be a lot of either aging or de-aging through makeup. A lot of these actors are going to have to bulk up.
Right.
So I had to take that in consideration. Who has these athletic builds, but that could also put on mass?
Right.
So that's where I went with Mel Gibson, because after seeing him, especially in the last Expendables movie, he got jacked up. For a man his age, he got jacked up for that movie.
Very true.
And again, looks just like Vince McMahon. But I'm going to go to you first. Hulk Hogan is first up on our list.
So the thing that I decided to do for Hulk Hogan, just because I would want to see it, is John Cena. I would love to watch John Cena play Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
John Cena has proven that he actually can act.
He's actually a decent actor.
He's actually a decent actor, and I think between that and what he did in Southpaw Regional Wrestling, I think he would be very fun to watch be Hulk Hogan.
Okay. For my Hulk Hogan, again, because these are such iconic characters, I had a little asterisk on two of these guys.
Yeah.
If not, Hulk plays himself. If they don't get Hulk Hogan to play himself, I'd go with Thor, Chris Hemsworth.
Ooh, very fun. Chris Hemsworth
these guys are going to have to bulk up a little bit.
Right.
But I feel Chris Hemsworth, as Thor, has proved he can be that big, imposing. I mean, he goes toe-to-toe with the Hulk already.
Yeah. He's going to show up on my list.
Okay.
Chris Hemsworth will show up on my list at some point.
So I got Chris Hemsworth for Hulk. You got John Cena. Let's go Andre the Giant.
Jermaine Clement is who I decided.
Who's that?
He is the guy from Flight of the Conchords.
Okay.
Obviously, you're going to have to use camera tricks because he's not going to be as big as Andre the Giant. But he's from Flight of the Conchords. You would also know him from Moana. He played the crab in Moana. And I just think that he would be very fun as Andre the Giant.
So I'm kind of setting a trend here. You're building this as a comedy.
I'm building this as a more lighthearted drama.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the people that are going to be in this are going to be far more it's not going to be extremely serious because it is about pro wrestling and it is inherently silly. Right. So all of the people that I chose are going to be able to be adventurous in that comedy realm.
Okay. Fair enough. For me, this is one of only two wrestlers I had cast in this movie. I went with Paul White.
Okay.
The Big Show. Yeah. He's proven he can act. He's done even on Raw himself, he's one of the better actors on the show.
Yeah.
And he came into wrestling as
his son.
Yeah. And he has that. He's got all the features you need.
Right.
To play Andre.
Paul White was a person that I considered, but I didn't want to have too many real wrestlers.
Like I said, he's only one of two.
Yeah. So I have another one, John Cena being one, and there's another one that's going to be in there that I'll get to.
Who would you go for Stone Cold Steve Austin?
The obvious choice is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He was the second after Hulk Hogan that I said if he doesn't play himself.
That's the obvious answer. But then I would say Vin Diesel.
Okay.
I'd say Vin Diesel if I'm not going to get Stone Cold Steve Austin to actually be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I actually have Vin Diesel on my list a little bit further down.
All right.
I went with Tom Hardy.
Okay.
And if we had the picture up here, I have found a picture, they just look almost identical in this one little picture I found. Plus, he played Bane. He's a big, jacked up, bald guy in Bane.
Yeah. It's pretty funny because
all he's going to do is put a southern drawl on that son of a bitch.
Because Tom Hardy also appears on my list a little
I like
later.
that we're thinking in the same ballpark here. The Rock.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
See, I said they can't afford him.
Yeah, I think that.
I don't think WWE Studios can afford Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson at this point.
If they're talking to Bradley Cooper, I think that they can get The Rock.
That's a hefty one.
But if WWE is producing,
I don't even know if The Rock could be afforded for The Rock story.
Yeah.
He's a pretty expensive actor at this point.
Right, but you're also talking about, it's the WWE. Who knows how long The Rock's character is in this? Because when we get to the rest of the McMahons, I casted 2 people, and so I think The Rock will just be a small footnote in this. It really depends on what the time span of this movie is.
I was also, in mine, I was also trying to stay away from too many them playing themselves in it type of thing, because it would almost feel parody-ish.
Right.
I don't know. So I went with Tanoa Reed.
Okay.
Now, Tanoa Reed is The Rock's cousin and stunt double.
Yeah.
If you go to his Instagram page, there's pictures, they look identical.
Okay.
And he's done all The Rock's movies. So they're the same body type, they look identical. He's already been playing The Rock basically from behind and from the sides and stuff in all the movies.
Right.
If the man can speak, he's got the role.
Right.
But if we wanted to go with a name, that's where Vin Diesel landed on my list. I don't think The Rock would approve that because of their personal history, but that would be my choice for Vin Diesel, would be playing The Rock. Linda McMahon.
So I picked 2 actresses. I have an older actress and a younger actress. And the older actress that I picked was Tilda Swinton.
Okay.
To be old Linda McMahon. And then Jennifer Lawrence to be the younger Linda McMahon.
I was toying with a few names, and I settled on one. I'm going to go with Susan Sarandon.
Okay.
I think she can be de-aged enough to play young Linda, and she's almost in that perfect wheelhouse to play older Linda. Plus, after seeing her in the Joan Crawford-Betty Davis movie Feud, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And now she's got a resurgence. She's on Ray Donovan now. I think she is like...
Yeah.
She's on that second or third wind, if you will.
Okay.
So I'm going with Susan Sarandon for that. Shane O'Mac. Who's going to jump off of stuff?
So I got, again, 2 people. I have a young version and an old version. The young version is Tom Holland, Spider-Man. Spider-Man, and then the old version is Adam Driver.
Okay.
Adam Driver would be
Kylo Ren.
Yeah, Kylo Ren.
Okay.
So that would be who I would cast as.
So you're
older.
You're going in the route of they are going to cast 2 people in these roles, a younger version and an older version.
Because again, I don't know what they're going to do, but you're talking about 50 years of WWE, right? So you're going to have young Shane McMahon popping around, and then you're going to have, in theory, the story of Shane McMahon saying, screw this, I'm going to China.
Right.
And that can't be played by the same person. So
my thought, when I was casting this, I was kind of envisioning more the kids showing up almost when they did on TV in the 90s, where they're already teenagers, 20s, and then going on to today. But I understand that completely. You're going to have to show them as children as well. So there could be a few child actors we could throw in there,
Right.
For my Shane McMahon, I went with Miles Teller.
Okay.
He was in Bleed for this. We won't talk about the Fantastic Four.
Right.
He was in Whiplash. He was excellent in Whiplash.
That was a great movie.
So, and I feel that he, again, is in that right age range where he can be aged up to play current Shane, and he's almost right around that age where they can just de-age him a little bit to play younger Shane.
That makes sense.
Stephanie McMahon.
I went with Millie Bobby Brown. And she is 11 in Stranger Things. To play young Stephanie. Yep. And then older Stephanie is Debbie Ryan, who is a Disney Channel actress.
Okay.
From Jessie.
Okay. I'm going to have to Google that one.
Yeah, you're going to have to Google that.
There's going to be a lot of Googling. Watch this back and Google these
Google
pictures.
The show.
There you go. Google image is your friend. For my Stephanie McMahon, I went with Ariel Winter of Modern Family.
Yeah.
Again, I feel she's in that right age where she can be aged up enough and aged down enough to play both the younger Stephanie in the teen and 20s and then today's current Stephanie. Yeah. And I feel that there's a striking resemblance to them.
Right.
Triple H. Triple H.
I went with Tom Hardy.
Wow, okay. I can see that.
Tom Hardy.
I can totally see that. Anything that jumps out at you?
It's a lot of the same reasons why he appeared on your list for Stone Cold Steve Austin, minus him looking like him. It was Bane.
Bane.
He's big, he's long.
He can throw people around.
Yeah, he can throw people around. So
big, muscly, sweaty man.
But Tom Hardy has played enough characters where I think he can play the more humorous sides of Triple H, that D-Generation X.
Somebody saw Legend, didn't they?
Yes, I did.
Great movie. Tom Hardy in Legend plays 2 roles. Go check it out.
But that's one where, I think that he can play something a lot more lighthearted and comedic while also shifting more into darker and serious.
Gotcha. My Triple H, I went with Alan Ritchson. Now, Alan Ritchson, for those of you that watch Blue Mountain State, he was Thad Castle.
Yes.
And most recently, he was in the fantastic It was only picked up for one season on the Sci-Fi Network. Blood Drive. Go watch
Yes.
Blood Drive on demand. It is grindhouse schlock at its best.
Yeah.
It is. I'm currently binge watching it. I'm at like episode 7 of 13, and it is fantastic.
That's amazing.
And I believe, again, if he's got that right build, looks very similar to Triple H, especially young Triple H,
Yeah.
where if he bulks up just a little bit, perfect. Perfect
Yeah.
casting in my part. Ultimate Warrior.
Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, wow, okay.
Chris Hemsworth. I think that he has he has subtle comedic timing, and I think he would be able to play the Ultimate Warrior seriously while also being able to bring out those humorous moments. Because you look at Thor, right?
Yeah.
The character of Thor, at least the way he's portrayed in the Avengers films, is extremely serious. But Chris Hemsworth is able to deliver those lines where Thor believes what he is saying is right, but it's funny.
One of the funniest parts of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I felt, was the first time Thor was in the real world in his Thor movie.
Right.
When he's in the diner and he starts throwing the coffee cups around. Give me another.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
just like, that's it's like watching dogs learn how to talk.
Right.
You know?
Or, I mean,
but they're still doing dog stuff.
If you look at the trailer for Thor Ragnarok,
It looks awesome, by the
It
way.
looks awesome. But then you look at the Hulk come out, and he goes, "Oh."
He goes from warrior to buddy.
He's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
we're friends from work."
Love it.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, "Oh, you're so serious, and that's so funny."
Right.
Or like, we need to come up with a team name. How about the Avengers?
Revengers.
The Revengers. Yeah.
Revengers.
How about the Revengers? No, we're not
Revengers.
doing that.
No.
But okay.
So you're going with Thor
I'm
to
going
play
with-
the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
I feel Warrior, if given the time, well, first of all, old Warrior, the very last Warrior we saw, I had Mel Gibson down as well. I just felt if they only show that one part, that would work perfectly.
If we were to do Old Warrior, I would want Kevin Nash.
That'd be a good one, actually.
Just to watch Kevin Nash do it.
But I feel if they're probably going to show Warrior back in the 80s.
Yeah.
And I feel that Warrior was so out there.
Yeah.
So eccentric, so insane, and had such, again, a very significant look to him.
Right.
You need an absolute extreme method actor, someone who's willing to transform their body to very, very, very dangerous extremes. And I went with Christian Bale.
Okay.
I've seen what he did with Machinist, what he's doing currently to play Dick Cheney. I just read something where he's doing like weird neck exercises just to get Dick Cheney's like neck correct.
Oh wow!
It's the strength. I didn't even know you could do that. I'm gonna have to start doing neck exercises apparently. But
Weird.
But yeah, I mean he's like as method acting gets,
Yeah.
and he will dig into the Warrior character. And I feel especially on the serious side of things, I think he'd be perfect for Warrior.
All right.
Randy Macho Man Savage.
So, after hearing Thad Castle, I want to change it to Thad
Thad
Castle
Castle.
to play Macho Man Randy Savage because I love Blue Mountain State.
I hope there's more Blue Mountain State fans out there. I absolutely love that show.
That show is so funny. One of my favorite episodes.
It's on Netflix. Go
Yes.
watch it, please.
2 episodes. The one where the football team is feuding with the lacrosse team.
Yep.
That's a hilarious one. And then the Vision Quest episode where he takes a bunch of drugs
Yep.
and is just going on a Wizard of Oz type acid trip. Both of those are the funniest thing.
Who did you have before?
I had
of course,
Mickey
Alan
Rourke.
Richardson.
I had Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke
Yeah.
as Macho Man.
As Macho Man. Because
I
basically,
almost see him as Warrior, now that I think about it.
well, when he played Randy the Ram, he was basically
Wow,
Macho
actually,
Man.
you know what? Now that you bring that out, yeah.
He was basically Macho Man Randy Savage. So
That could work. Mine, this is the second of 2 wrestlers I had on there. Jeff, and I'm going to butcher his name, Sculio.
okay.
Everyone knows him, of course, as Elias Samson.
Oh, you want to walk with Elias?
I believe not only just physically the look, but having watched him enough and reading through the Bashing the City songs he does,
Right.
I feel he has enough chops in him. And again, the physical appearance is just uncanny. If you put the 2 of them side by side, I believe Elias could easily portray Macho Man in the movie.
So-
and also, he's not a big enough superstar right now.
It would take away.
Where it's like, oh, well, that's John Cena playing Hulk Hogan, as you would
Right.
do. But it's like, oh, it's almost like if you make him up enough, it's almost like, it would take you a minute to figure it out.
Right.
Almost like I did with Southpaw Wrestling.
Yep.
It took me a while to figure out it was AJ Styles as a used car dealer.
Oh, that's so
It took
funny.
me a minute. I'm like, who is? I'm like trying to look at the beard and figure it
Right.
out. And I'm like, who is that? Because he looked fat.
Now, 2 people that are wrestlers that could also play Macho Man Randy Savage.
Go on.
Jay Lethal who was the Black Machismo.
He was.
In TNA.
Yes.
And Aaron Stevens or
Yeah.
Damian Sandow.
Yeah, Damian Sandow would be excellent as him. That's a good one.
So
Okay.
those are two wrestlers that could act as Macho Man Randy Savage.
That's actually, I didn't even think of Damian Sandow. That'd be excellent.
Yeah.
Bret Hart.
You know what? I went with Keanu Reeves.
Go on.
I went with Keanu Reeves just because I think he'd be able to capture the no personality of Bret Hart well enough that it would work. And I love Keanu Reeves.
Of course, who doesn't love Keanu
So I
Reeves?
wanted Keanu Reeves in
Just
this
watched
movie.
Point Break the other night. It's
Oh,
excellent.
Point Break, great movie.
I went with Zack McGowan, who was Jody on Shameless, which is a Showtime
Okay.
show. He's also been on Black Sails. He's currently on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Again, I'm going mostly physical, but he also does have that very, almost like, as you were saying, personality less.
Yeah.
Where he's kind of just there. He's a very stoic type of actor, but he also looks very much like not Randy Savage, Bret Hart. And big enough where he could do a little bit of bulking up, but not too much to change himself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Zack McGowan is my Bret Hart. Who do you have moving a little bit further into Vince's personal life?
Yeah.
Pat Patterson.
I would have to go with the guy who plays Coulson in the
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Wow, okay, interesting choice.
I think that he'd be able to play Pat Patterson pretty well.
Interesting one. I went with Robert De Niro.
Oh, okay.
I think Bobby D would handle Pat Patterson really, really well.
Okay, yeah, that'd be really good.
Again, there's be some de-aging for the older
Right.
times, but I think he can
Right.
do it enough. You know, digital stuff, they did it with that Stallone movie where they were...
Oh, yeah.
It was basically two computer cartoon characters boxing, but yeah.
right.
I think De Niro would pull it off. Dick Ebersol. Now, Dick Ebersol, of course, if you watch the ESPN 30 for 30, this is the XFL.
Yeah.
Dick was Vince's partner in the XFL.
Right.
He was one of probably the most powerful people at NBC. He helped create Saturday Night Live and Saturday Night's Main Event.
Yes.
Dick Ebersol, I feel, in the Vince McMahon story, would be woven in through almost all of it.
Right.
Now, I had a couple of joke answers. I'm going to go to you first.
Yeah, I actually couldn't think of anybody for this.
All right. Well, I had Eric Stoltz, but only in his Rocky Dennis makeup.
Okay.
From The Mask.
Yep.
I also had the guy that played Vigo the Carpathian in Ghostbusters 2.
Yep.
But if we're being serious, I would cast Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
I think Paul Giamatti is one of the finest actors we have currently.
Yeah.
And he has enough of that look, but he would get lost in that character, I feel, and really make it his own.
Yeah.
So Paul Giamatti is my guess. You had nothing on Dick Ebersol, which is okay because we got 3 choices from me.
Yeah, right.
Last, but certainly in this day and age, never least, President Donald Trump.
There's only one answer.
Isn't there?
There's only one answer.
We've had him been playing him for how long now?
It's going to be Alec Baldwin.
It's got to be Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin.
I did have a little asterisk and say maybe the younger Donald Trump will be Billy Baldwin, but
Yeah.
we'll have to check on his impersonation. But Alec Baldwin, I believe, is
Right.
absolutely going to play him.
Yeah, or if we have young Trump, maybe it's Taron Killam.
Taron Killam, go ahead.
Former SNL actor, married to Colby Smulders, or together with Colby Smulders.
Okay.
I think he could do it.
That's a Googleable person.
It is.
It's going to have to
He
be
was
for
in
me.
SNL.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's that guy.
Yeah.
That guy. You know.
Yeah.
Him. So that was our casting of the Vince McMahon biopic, Pandemonium. I love the name, first of all.
Oh, yeah.
You do not hear Pandemonium. Since Stu Naham in the Rocky movies, you have not heard Pandemonium said enough. I love it. Absolute Pandemonium monsoon. I love it.
Yeah.
That was a little Jesse Ventura for you. You're welcome. Coming up in 2 weeks,
Yeah.
October 22nd, we're going to be back here because TLC tables, ladders, and chairs.
Oh my.
That's a Raw pay-per-view,
It
correct?
is.
Okay. What are you looking forward to in TLC?
The Shield reunion.
We had to get there, didn't we?
That's what's happening.
We had to.
Their first match
All
ever
right.
was in TLC, and they're going to have another. They're going to reunite at TLC.
This has been one of those things over the last couple weeks. They've been teasing it, and I'm like, are they going to do it right?
Yeah.
I feel they are so far.
I do too.
I loved that ending of Raw.
Yeah,
Where they don't need to say anything.
Right.
You don't need to run in and save because they're not best buddies on TV.
Right.
You know, everybody's still kind of wary of each other.
Right,
in
and
that
they
group.
have a mutual understanding.
Sure.
I also.
So, who is the Shield? So it's going to be Miz and probably the Bar.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
Roman Reigns took out the Miz Taraj.
Yes.
So when the Shield does beat the Miz and the Bar, who buys the beers?
I don't know.
I mean, come on, it's got to be Roman, right? The man's got money.
Yeah, right? I guess
Dude, you beat Brock. You main evented 4 WrestleManias. You're buying the beers.
yeah, you're right. I guess.
Okay, so besides the Shield reunion, TLC, what do you got coming?
I think that I'm looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of, I think that they're going to kick everything into gear on Monday.
Yeah.
For TLC, and then go.
We're not going to get a Brock appearance.
No, we're not going to get a Brock appearance, but they always end up in these holding patterns, and you.
Are we going to actually? Now that I think about it, we're not going to get a Brock appearance. The Miz and the Shield in a tag match, so we're not going to get those 2 titles.
Yeah.
Besides the cruiserweight, and the women's title, maybe.
Yeah.
And who would you put in the women's match?
Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Nia Jax.
So you think that's going to end up going that way? It's not going to be Mickey James already
Oh,
has it.
she already has it at TLC.
Okay. Mickey James.
Yeah, I hope she gets a
Decent showing at least.
Right, but I hope it's an actual TLC match. Like,
Ooh, that would be
suspend
fun.
the belt up in the air, go TLC.
Make up for the Kane match that Bailey botched.
Yeah.
All right. So TLC, 2 weeks, October 22nd. We will be right back here giving you all the good dirt on that, and we'll have another Rasslin Rant for you. I am Mike Wendt, Liam Stryker. Follow us on Twitter at Mike Wendt, at Liam NAI, and we will see you in 2 weeks right here on NESN. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.